On November 9th of 2024, CBU women's soccer won their first WAC championship. At CBU, there are many different ways to get around on campus. Some people bike, scooter, skateboard. At CBU, there are a number of international students and student athletes on campus. With inflation higher than ever, right-sizing is another problem that Americans are facing today. Have you ever noticed that food is a lot more expensive, but portion sizes are a lot smaller? Take a bag of family-sized chips. They're really not family size, they only have full. Welcome to this week's Lancer Minute. It's a big weekend for CBU. Let's get into it. We're outside of the CBU College of Nursing, a competitive program at CBU that prepares nurses to serve others as Jesus would. Within the program, nurses work in simulation labs with human-like mannequins. We wanted to find out more about these mannequins within these labs. Let's take a look.
My tummy hurts.
A Riverside native coach and player from the U.S. men's and women's water polo team made it all the way to the 2024 Summer Olympic Games. Great job, CBU women's soccer. We look forward to the future of this program. CBU faculty and students are not the only people experiencing right-sizing. In fact, people living in Riverside, California, and the rest of the U.S. are also experiencing this too. The next Olympic Games are in Los Angeles, a perfect place to do some cool things. In Riverside with CBU TV, I'm Amber French. Well, that's all for this week, Lancers. I hope to see you all next week for the CBU Sports Minute. I'm Amber French. Thanks for tuning in. Today I'm outside of the Orange County Registrar of Voters, where ballots in Orange County are being counted. This election, there are many different ways for Americans to cast their vote, whether that be in person, mail-in, or dropping off their ballot. With many different ways of voting, we wanted to find out what the voting process looked like for first-time voters. Let's take a look.
So in Orange County, we are excited to offer 4 different easy and secure ways to cast your ballot. Voters can choose to return their ballot that they received in the mail via U.S. Postal Services. They can choose to drop off their completed ballot at a drop box or choose to drop off their ballot at a vote center. Voters also have the choice of marking and voting in person at any of our 184 vote centers in the county.
She was able to tell us if people are taking advantage of voting early.
I think our data shows that people are excited to vote this election. We've seen a little uptick in our in-person voting. One way that we have seen that is we opened our 11-day voting locations on October 26th, and we saw it was one of our biggest openings for first day of voting that we've had in a large election since we transitioned to a vote center model. And I do have to say that, I think we checked our data yesterday, we're close to about 40,000 voters who have decided to vote early.
A first-time voter tells us how he is voting in this election and gives advice for college students.
I think it's pretty exciting voting this year for the first time because I've never been able to do so before. I know there's a bunch of ways that you can vote. I know people will go in person to vote, some people will do it by mail, but I chose to bring my mail-in ballot they gave me and bring that into the polls to actually drop off my ballot so I can see them taking it and know that it actually went to where it's supposed to be going. If you're over age of 18 and you're able to and registered to, you should go vote and have your voice heard in our election.
Lastly, she leaves us with a few words of encouragement.
For us, every election is important, so I will encourage all voters to take advantage of the different options. So essentially, no excuse, go out there, go vote, and take advantage of all of the easy and secure options we have available.
It was great to get informed on the process of voting. Whether you are a first-time voter or it's your 5th time, as Roxanne said, voting couldn't be easier. Go vote. With CBU TV, I'm Amber French. This year in the 2024 to 2025 CBU Swim and Dive season would be the first time in CBU history someone from the U.S. Paralympic national team would be competing D1 at California Baptist University. This swimmer is named Braxton Wong. He is a freshman studying nursing and an American record holder. Let's hear more about his story and why he chose swimming.
I had originally chosen gymnastics as my sport, but then as you can see, I have some hip problems too, when I'm walking, and then obviously my leg problems. I wanted to do diving actually right after, but diving isn't a Paralympic sport, and so swimming is, so I just found swimming.
As I learn more about Braxton's story, he shares with us how he lost his leg.
So I didn't actually lose my leg, but I was born in China with a birth defect in my right leg. And so I was born with shorter legs, and so I couldn't really use my right leg at all. When I was about 4, my family adopted me, and then I moved to the United States. And I think when I was about 5, I had it amputated, and then I was fitted for a prosthetic leg so that I could walk.
I also was able to ask Braxton Wong if he plans on trying for the Paralympic Games in the future, and if so, at this point, how close or far is he to making it?
Oh, I would love to go to the Paralympic Games. I had won the 100 butterfly at trials. I didn't get the qualifying time, so you have to get the qualifying time, and then you have to obviously place well. I think I was about 2.5 seconds off in the 100 fly, but yeah, I would love to go to LA 2028. That's definitely a goal of mine.
Wong 106.22, McNear 106.23.
Braxton Wong is certainly an inspirational CBU athlete. We look forward to seeing him compete in the Paralympics in the future. This is Amber French with CBU TV. I'm in Houston, Texas at the last WAC Swim and Dive Championship. I spoke with CBU Swim and Dive head coach about what these changes mean to him.
It'll be different next year, you know, being at Wyoming for 4 years as well. We were in the WAC for 4 years, and Wyoming's in the conference, and then coming back to Cal Baptist, being in the WAC, I think is bittersweet and especially for us this here at CBU, like it's the only Division I conference we've ever been in. So as a swimming and diving program, it's really cool to have a last one be a really, really good one for our program and then see what we can do next year.
A CBU swimmer, Tania Brooks, tells us what she's looking forward to this WAC.
Personally, I think my expectation is just to go out and have fun and swim some best times. I think my favorite part of the conference is the senior night. It's just such a memorable night. Families out cheering for us, and it's just a really good time for all of us. It's been an honor to be part of the WAC conference.
CBU is moving to the Mountain Pacific Sports Federation for men's and women's swimming and diving next year. Of the 7 new schools, 6 of them will compete in the women's championship next year, for a total of 10 women's teams.
The WAC is a really fun place. I think it's going to be sad when the WAC is gone for swimming and diving. I think we all really enjoyed it, and it was a good meet for all of us, and so we'll see what the new challenges arise.
CBU, CBU! A senior, Sophia Maximova, tells us her final thoughts.
This is my last WAC championship. I have one more meet, but still it's my last WAC championship. So I want to say it's been fast.
New Mexico State and Northern Arizona are 2 of the schools going with the Lancers next year to MPSF, which includes schools like Pepperdine and University of San Diego. In the University of Houston Natatorium, with CBU TV, I'm Amber French. After devastating LA fires, CBU has decided to team together with California Southern Baptist Disaster Relief and Samaritan's Purse to help these fragile communities. Jacob Ravencraft from Spiritual Life gives us more information about serving.
In order to serve well, we want to be trained well. We want to make sure that we're doing it in a really responsible way that comes alongside like the best practices of how we can serve. So we're going to provide an all-day training here on our campus to make it really accessible, and it's February 22nd. Once we're trained, then you're able to basically go on your own in pockets, in groups with whether it's friends or even like connecting with churches. Whoever does that training can go and just sign up for any one of the property recovery responses, service responses to any one of the fires that have openings.
Jeremy, a CBU student who had family friends evacuate because of the fires, shares why CBU students should serve.
There's so many people just probably even less than an hour's drive away who need that help, and we are able to help them, and we have those resources. The training only takes probably like a day, maybe 2 days out of their 365 days of the year. And I think a really great part is you're able to do that with your friends and grow each other and sharpen each other within that. So my encouragement is really there's no reason to not go serve and to not go do the training.
Our neighbors up in LA County need our help in multiple ways. If you have the availability and energy, please go to calbaptist.edu/SL for more information on ways to serve. This is going to be a long process for LA, and they're going to need all the help they can get. With CBU TV, I'm Amber French. And I'm Amber French, and welcome to CBU TV's first edition of Lancer Sports this semester, where we talk all things CBU athletics. Welcome to CBU Headlines. I'm Amber French, and here are the headlines of the week. A mid-air collision between an Army helicopter and an American Airlines flight from Kansas killed all 67 people. Well, Trevor, this year for CBU athletic teams must have the theme of being battle-tested because the women's volleyball team has had a tough string of matches and has started off the year with a disappointing record of 0-10. Hegseth will tackle issues such as global conflicts, border security, as well as strengthen the U.S. military along the southern border. Rain fell in parts of Southern California Sunday, increasing the risk of toxic ash runoff in areas scorched by the Los Angeles area wildfires. Those are some stellar plays for the month. It's crazy what these athletes can do. More rain in the forecast in Los Angeles for this Tuesday. For CBU TV, thanks for watching. If you're lucky like me, you might be able to catch a ride. With CBU TV, I'm Amber French. Bye! Even with all this being said, In-N-Out is still one of the more affordable burgers in California. So don't feel bad because it's still worth a few extra dollars.